Hey, sis, let me tell you a little bit of a story about my past. My journey to starting over, it wasn't pretty either. I had to make peace with what wasn't going right in my life. I was married and I had children. I also was a pastor of a small congregation. But then one day, everything just flipped upside down and it no longer existed, meaning that the fairy tale life that I thought I would live. And so I was wearing a mask for such a long time. When anyone would ask me, "Are you okay? How's everything going?" My response was always, "Oh, everything's fine. I'm doing wonderful. I'm blessed. Oh, yes, I'm super fantastic." I decided to stop doing that. I decided to really get honest with myself that I wasn't doing all right. I was literally scratching at the surface trying to find who I was outside of all of the things that I used to do. Being a wife, you have certain responsibilities. You have a covering, or you have a partner in life that you feel, is really there for you. And then being a mom, it's a great honor to be a mom. That means that someone is dependent on you to be there, maybe to bring them some lunch or just to take them and their friends to the mall. And all of those things that I did was no longer there because my children had become adults and they went on with their own lives and their own friends and having their own families. And then that last thing was having that leadership perspective, knowing that things would change because I had to uproot my entire life and move to another state where no one knew me in that capacity as a leader or to know me just as a person. They didn't know anything about me. So I tried to hide. I tried to cover or kind of downplay who I really was at the core of my being. And being honest, I didn't want to be recognized for who I was. I felt ashamed. I felt embarrassed. I felt that I let everyone down around me, which wasn't the truth. It was just something internally that I felt. But I realized that wearing that mask, I was suffocating. I was not walking in honesty with myself as well as people that really knew me. Who knows that I could have told the truth. I could have said to someone, "I'm not doing well. I'm not emotionally prepared for the next step that I had to take." But I got to tell you, sis, I had to do it anyway. Who was going to be there to rescue me? There was no one to rescue me outside of God. God was always there with me. And even with that, I felt alone. I felt ashamed. I felt like I let God down. Well, now I know that wasn't the truth, but that's what I really felt. I felt like I just wanted to go into a cave and stay there and never come out. And now I can say, wow, because of that, I sheltered myself, I isolated myself, I pulled back from the friends that I had things in common with. And then some friendships ended because we didn't have anything in common. But once again, I felt like I'm wearing this mask because I'm going to not let anyone, I don't want anyone to know what I'm really going through. And you know that old saying, never let them see you sweat. I really took that literally. So I hid. I hid my emotions that I was hurting. I hid my emotions that I was afraid. I hid my emotions even to say that I was scared. I didn't know what the future held for me, but I knew that I couldn't stay where I was. And then one day, sis, I got to tell you, one day I took the mask off and I was able to breathe. I was able to share. I was able to get out of the funk that I was in. I was able to get around other people and genuinely be happy and have a great time in my life. Now I encourage other women like I'm encouraging you now in my truth, telling you that if you're there right now and you have to do a do-over in your life, that I understand what it's like to have that uncertainty of the unknown and to feel as though nobody understands what I'm going through. I want you to know I understand because I was once there. And this is why my mission, I believe now, is to help my other sisters by giving you encouraging words to tell you that you don't have to be stuck. You can begin again at any age that you're at. And in around 50 years old, it's pretty scary starting over. I get it. Because we have more years, as I always hear people say, behind us than we do in front of us. But then guess what? That's depending on your perspective. Because I truly believe that no matter where you are in this stage of your life, you can always begin again. You can get yourself out of being stuck in a rut by getting a new vision, getting around new friendships, people that will encourage you, that will stretch you and pull you, and to be honest with you about their journey. And my journey may look different than your journey, but it doesn't matter. I felt the same things that you're feeling right now. Or if you've gone through and you're on the other side, I'm just here to confirm what you're already feeling. I feel free. I feel joy. I feel encouraged to encourage other women. I knew all along that God was always with me, but sometimes the enemy, right, would make me think, oh, everybody has turned their back on you. You're in this all alone. No one cares about you. But those were the internal struggles that I was dealing with, that I was facing. But I no longer feel like that anymore. And therefore, I want to encourage those who are in that place and those that just enjoy watching anything that I put out on social media to know that, girl, it's time to take that mask off and breathe. You look better breathing in and out. You look better because when you breathe, when you take a deep breath, oh, it's so refreshing. Your mind is clear. You can think better. You can process things a whole lot better when you are walking in your authentic truth. So I just wanted to tell you, girl, listen, take that mask off, girl, so you can breathe. Who cares where you been? Just be encouraged about where you're going. Because, girl, you got this.